Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm having some trouble with my cam. I don't know what happened to my cam. But anyways, by the time I try to by the time I explore what's wrong with my camera, I would be expecting you guys to join so that we can start at least getting questions and I'll prepare myself for answering those. I'm really not sure why my camera is not working. It says that I'm not allowed to use this feature. My apology, I'm not so good with these things. But anyways, we can still have this question and answer session as planned. I'm waiting, guys. This is strange. Just trying to. We don't have access to this feature. Oh, this is annoying. Anyways, guys, please let me know if you can hear me. I see Vivek is helping me out. Thanks a lot, Vivek. Appreciate that. Come on, guys. Come on. I see we have got two people now joining in. 2 minutes, two people. Oh, the number is increasing. Thank you so much. We have got Tarun. Hey, buds. How are you? I'm good, Tarun. I'm good. Hope you are doing good as well. Tarun, can you please let me know if I'm visible? Like my camera is working. I'm not sure like why exactly it says that I'm not allowed to use this feature. The other time it worked really fine, but this time it's not just letting me select the camera. Oh, camera is not working. Yeah, it is turned off, and I don't know. It simply says that I'm not allowed to use this feature. Abhinaya, Dr. Abhinaya, please stop calling me sir. I've already told you. I might be senior, but I'm still not. I mean, I don't like somebody calling me sir. You can call me for years or MF, whatever you feel comfortable with. Dr. Abhinaya. Yeah, Tarun, I can see it's turned off. But do you really guys think that I should check into my camera first and then we start this session again, or shall we continue? Hey, Saurav, how are you? Yeah, I know you. You're from Nepal. I believe we have exchanged text over the WhatsApp. If not on WhatsApp, maybe on Instagram. Okay, so Sachini is saying we can continue. Thank you so much. I don't know. I mean, if it makes more, I mean, if it makes session more interactive, I'm really not sure. Maybe you should troubleshoot your camera. Okay, I mean, if I start doing that, Ijioma, it might take some time and it might waste your time as well. Hi Priyanka, how are you doing? Nice to see you again. I'm still waiting for some of the students who confirmed that they would be joining. If it persists, then we can continue like that. Yeah, Ibioma, I think we should continue today without this camera thing. There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tarun. I'm still waiting for a couple of minutes, Tarun. I received a couple of confirmation, not couple, but maybe more than couple. Yes. So I'm just waiting for them to join. In the meantime, whatever questions do you have? I mean, you can just start typing those questions so that I can prepare myself. We have got Urvashi. Hi, Urvashi. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Guys, if you have any question, is RTPCT really necessary now? Oh, okay. Tarun, yes. So I believe I have already informed this in message to one of the student. I believe somebody texted me regarding this RT-PCR. I would say yes, seeing the situation, and since I told you, I mean, it's quite dynamic and it's changing. It's transitory in nature, especially this COVID thing. It can change anywhere. I mean, for now, I can see in India there are restrictions put in place, but for UK, I don't see those restrictions coming in place so far. So far, so it's better. I mean, it's better to be on the safer side. Keep your vaccination certificate, keep yourself vaccinated. I hope you all of you are vaccinated by now, so you should be ready with those things. And I mean, is this if you're talking about the RT-PCR? I mean, when I came, it was like 48 hours. It should not be more than 48 hours or 24 hours, I believe, 24 or 48, whatever it was. So it was mandatory for my case. But if you check on the website from wherever you belong, like if you're from India, or from some other country, you can still check on the website what the airport authority is saying and what the flight is saying, like the airline that you have booked your ticket from. So it's better you get in touch with the airline, check the portal of your respective healthcare agency or the regulatory agency. And for UK, I've already provided the link wherein you can find the latest update as far as COVID restrictions are concerned. So I hope, Tarun, I've answered your question. Dr. Abhinaya is asking, leaving the holidays now, how long does it usually take for the guests to arrive? Okay. Dr. Abhinaya, I've already answered this question again, but I know some of the students have got stuck with this case. So university is closed until first. That is what I'm aware of. So just in case if somebody prefers to work in these 2 days, like on 28th and 29th, or 29th or 30th, you might expect to receive your cash letter. If not, then you should be expecting your cash letter to arrive any time after first. That means after New Year, the first day of the new year. Hi, Omar. Okay, so Tarun is asking, okay, I have applied on 3rd of January, so I just wanted to know if I have to get that. So Tarun, if it's feasible, I would definitely say yes. And again, I'm saying that forget about UK right now. You should be worried about where exactly you will be taking your flight from and which airline you are taking your flight from. Just in case if it is having a halt, for example, somewhere in the Europe or anywhere in the Middle East, you should be checking are there any restrictions on those airports also. So that is something really critical. I missed that, but now I'm mentioning it. For example, especially for Europe, I mean, things changes very quickly, and it's really get stucky, especially sticky for this, especially for the students. So again, I'm repeating it: the airport that you'll be transiting from, the airline that you'll be flying from, and just in case if you have a halt or connecting flight, check with the respective airport authority or the agency to see if there are any restrictions in place as of now, or by the time you fly, maybe 24 hour before. You're saying you're due to fly on 3rd, Tarun. So you can check it by second latest, and try to communicate over different platforms, for example Twitter, or maybe via email, so that once you receive a revert you can have that communication, or as a or that communication as a proof that this is what you received from the respective authority when you inquire about this COVID thing. Okay, so that you can avoid any trouble just in case if that happens. Oh, Umar is asking, what are the refund policy of York Senior University? Umar, I'm really not sure. There are multiple cases. I would prefer not to answer this question right now because we are dealing with enrollment. But still, just to brief you, there are multiple. For example, if you have paid your 50% of the fees and you have not, you're not. I mean, you're not in UK. then the case might be different. Just in case if you have arrived here in UK and you have paid, still you have paid 50% of your fees and remaining 50% is still pending, that case might be different too. You might have to fill in some forms, get in touch with the respective university official. You might have to wait for some time as well. It's going to be online procedure, so I'm really not sure how much time does it take. But yes, there, I mean, it depends on case to case, as I told you. You could be in your country, paid the 50% of fees. You could be here in UK and still you have paid just 50%, or you might have paid full fees. Okay, so it depends. It's always so, Umar. What in case if it is too critical and too like too important for you, it's better that you write an email to the university officials. Yes, Urvashi is asking the relevant question now. Process of enrollment if it's rejected in UAE. Umar, those are different questions. Okay, I would like to take those questions maybe some other time. How about that? Because I believe people are here for the enrollment and something related to the admissions and all those queries. So, Tarun, there is nothing called offline enrollment. It's the entire procedure is online, and it has nothing to do with enrolling yourself for specific module or for specific subject. I would say it's all online. Can can I ask you guys one thing? So, are you aware about this YSJ app? Just in case if somebody has already installed it, or if you're not aware of it, an e-vision portal. Okay, Jasmita says yes. Great. Are you aware about this e-vision portal? Yes. Umar, I'm talking about York St. John University application. Okay, so first Priyanka is saying no. Oh, okay. Ejaz is saying yes. He's also aware. Dr. Abhinaya is okay. So those of you who are saying no, I'm just wondering, in case if you have applied to the university, you have received your CAS letter or unconditional letter, and you are due with your visa only. So would you mind checking your email, the registered email that you have made your application from, or the one which you have provided to the university while doing the applications? Because what happened last time, majority of students miss checking those emails which universities start sending once you made the application and your application is successful. They start sending you certain emails with certain links, so you just have to follow these links, and those links are critical as far as completing your enrollment is concerned. Then what does enrollment on the CAS later? So Tarun, you're saying there is a term called enrollment mentioned on the CAS letter. It's all about that you are supposed to fulfill all the requirements. When I say all the requirements, it's like you'll have to provide your details, like your personal details. You'll have to upload your documents, passport, visa vignette letter, and once you arrive here, you'll be collecting your BRP card. You'll have to upload the copy of your BRP card, and not just that, you'll have to provide these documents to the visa team on a one-to-one basis via email also. So once you do all these things, complete all these things, only then you'll be having full access to the eVision portal. And eVision portal is the portal wherein you'll be having access to all the documents, such as the work entitlement letter or the enrollment confirmation letter, bank letter, which is quite critical, which is important for all of you once you land here. And one more thing, council tax exemption letter. It might or might not come handy. It is somehow related to the property, or as if you're going for a property and the landlord asks you to pay the council tax, so you can show that letter saying that I've got this council tax exemption letter from the university, and as per the regulations I'm not supposed to pay this council tax, so please don't impose it on me, something like this. Okay, so that is where it comes handy. And also you can see how much fees you have paid and how much is due on your account, and you can see your timetable, you can see your modules, what modules you'll be taking in gen session or whatever session you are coming in. Tarun, did you get what I said? Just in case if you can confirm, because I was answering your question. Whoa. Plenty of people are saying that they are not aware about the e-vision portal. Okay, okay. What I'll do, I'm just going to provide the link of the e-vision portal here to all of you. And I would also request you to please go back to your email ID or the registered email, which is registered with the university application, wherein you are receiving all these communication from the university. Okay, you must have started getting a lot of emails from the university. There you go. So I've provided you guys with the link for the e-vision. Tarun, I'm still waiting for your confirmation. If you can confirm, did you follow what I said? Did I answer to your question? Surrender is saying I've completed enrollment, which was mailed to me. Okay, what now? Okay, so you have done really a wonderful job, Surendra. Have you submitted? So just in case if you have completed your enrollment, I'm assuming that you must have completed the student declaration as well. You must have uploaded your photograph, which would be there on your records or which would be available on your student ID also. And even if you have done that, I would say that your enrollment wouldn't be complete unless you upload your BRP document, which would be done once you are here. Okay, great, great. So although it's not such a big thing, but there is this document called student declaration, which the visa team would be expecting you to fill before they can remove a check, before they remove the check from your student account once you are here. So please do all these things. So what I'm trying to say, go back to your email IDs, check all the emails that you have received from the university in the recent times, follow the links, try to follow those links and complete the forms and the documents whatever you can, a student declaration. And once you are here, you'll be left with only uploading, getting your BRP, getting it scanned from the university and sending it to the visa team. So once these things are done, there won't be any check on your student account, and you'll be allowed to have a full access to your eVision portal. And also you can download your bank letter, your council tax exemption letter, your work authorization letter, and your enrollment confirmation letter. Jaz is saying education background column is where I didn't understand what to select. I mean, Jaz, you'll have to provide me with some options because it's been long for me to if I say it, definitely I can help you with that. So if you can connect with me one on one, or you can just share a screenshot over here, I would appreciate that. My port Urvashi is saying my portal is not up to date. I mean the university haven't updated latest decision and all. Urvashi, I believe you have gone through the visa or you are waiting for your visa. And you are saying your portal is not up to date. It has to be updated from your end only. University was not going to say anything on it. And just in case if you have done it recently, it will be done, or it will be, I mean, whatever check is required from the universities, and they'll be getting it removed once the university is open. Umar, just to quickly answer your question, there are no taxes imposed on students. It depends. If you're working part time, there won't be any taxes. If you're working full time, they'll be calculating taxes accordingly. Like how many hours are you working? What sort of payment are you receiving accordingly? So I'm not I'm not a tax person, but I'm saying 20 hours or part time, no tax. Only a very minimum charge towards your national insurance would be charged. Otherwise, there won't be any taxes. Icon created and photos uploaded, and in the eVision portal it says, and wow, awesome, Surendra, you have done a wonderful job. I'm sure that you won't be struggling much when you are here. So during the induction, you'll be, or not during the induction, but before the induction, when you arrive here, I would suggest you to just collect your BRP card, and once the induction start or the induction week start, you can come here to the university and get your BRP scan uploaded by the visa team. And once it is there, you should be fine to have access to have entire access to the eVision portal. I would say that you have really done a wonderful job. I've seen students, those who are not even aware about this eVision portal thing until they arrive. I mean, even after arriving here with a library access credentials. Yes, Tarun. So library access is something that comes handy. I mean, once you start your academic journey. So I would say it's not so critical at this point in time. But yes, I mean, if you know that you have access to all the resources that the university is providing, it's well and good. It should be fine. And it's like it's going to be the same email ID or the same user ID and the password that you'll be using for accessing your eVision, for your Moodle account, and as well as for I mean accessing other resources just like library you have mentioned, Tarun. Ijaz is saying non-UK degree first, non-UK master's degree. Ijaz, I didn't get your question. What are you trying to say? I mean, non-UK first degree, non-UK masters. So if you've got masters, you'd be selecting the second options. If you have just bachelors, I would say go for the bachelors or for the first degree. And guys, just so you know, this enrollment thing, why I wanted to address this particular topic specifically is because it has something to do not just with your academics or accessing your timetable or accessing your academic or non-academic stuff, but it is also one of the requirement from the home office, from the immigration perspective. I'm telling you, I've seen students, not just one, two, but more than 100 students I've seen. They have not updated their personal details or credentials on the eVision portal until now. We have finished one semester and I still see more than 150 students, which is not good thing. As per immigration requirement, you are supposed to keep your address, your contact details updated. Your home address and contact details are going to be same, but your local address keeps on changing because you change your accommodation when you are here on study visa. So keep your account updated with the latest information wherever you go, wherever you stay. Okay, so Ejaz is saying that they've shared the screenshot in the WhatsApp. Okay, let me see, Ejaz, what you're talking about. A bachelor's in pharma, what need to be selected? Yeah, I would say that the option that you have already selected, that should be fine, Ejaz. Non-UK first degree. Because B Pharm is still not the postgraduate, right? Bachelor's in pharmacy. So it should be your first degree. 3 days maximum, Umar. Just 3 days maximum. Because you'll be taking at least three modules. So if going by the logic, you'll be attending or you'll be going to the university 3 days at most. And yes, I'm coming back to this enrollment thing. So what I was saying, that you guys need to be you need to keep your information or the details updated every single time that you know you're changing your accommodation, just in case if there is a change in the mobile number or contact details. Do it diligently and keep it updated, just to avoid any sort of trouble. And trouble can arise from anywhere. If it has to happen, it can happen. So why I was mentioning that I've seen students. I was trying to see we were trying to see that how many students still haven't received their ID cards. So we tried dispatching those ID cards. Unfortunately, when I tried to access their student portal from the university's account, I saw that they have kept their local address as their uh, home address as their local address. So they didn't receive their ID cards. They still do not know where their ID cards are, and they are not even aware that they have not uploaded the or updated the student portal, which is required not by the university but also by the immigration office. So again, just in case if somebody has missed it, enrollment confirmation is something. It doesn't happen just by doing whatever you have done so far, staying back in your country. It will be completed only once you have uploaded your BRP card and provided those visa copies, or the passport copies, or the BRP card scan copies of all these documents to the visa team. Only then it will be considered as complete, and there won't be any check on your enrollment or your student portal. Umar, it was there. We did a last session. If you can just go to my channel, there it's almost like for 2 hours, and we have answered almost like plenty of stuff. If you can just go through that. Still, if you have any specific question that you need an answer for, you can let me know. And appreciate your kind words, Umar. So those of you, Saurabh, Priyanka, and some other guys, those were saying that they have not received any email from the university so far after receiving cash letter, or they are saying they have not completed or they have not initiated their enrollment. I'm just wondering. Can somebody just let me know? I believe it was Priyanka and Saurav. Urvashi is also having trouble. Okay, so you are yet to receive. So, okay, Priyanka, you are yet to receive your cash. But what I would suggest, just in case if you have done your application all by yourself, or you are getting it done by some agent, just have that email ID and the password ready with you, so that you also, keep on checking the communication that the university is sending. So just in case if something is there pending from your end, you should be able to fulfill that requirement without a delay. Because sometimes what happens, agents are dealing with plenty of applications, so they might not be so upfront and so, you know updated with everybody's profile. So I would suggest keep just ask for the email ID as well as the password, so that you can access that email, and keep checking like every 2 days or 3 days, so as to see what sort of communication the university is sending, and if there is something which is pending from your end, or something is required from your end that needs to be done before you arrive, or before you start your session, it would be better. Even Jasmita is saying, even same for me, after CAS I haven't got any email from the university. So Jasmita, it might be the timing of the CAS letter. Just in case if you have received your CAS letter, maybe from this vacation, just before this vacation started. So this might be a that might be a case. In case if you haven't received anything, I would suggest to write an email to the university, or ask your agent, just in case if you've got your application done by the agent, saying that I need to know what the procedure for the enrollment is, and do I would I be getting any reward from the university, or the communication from the university in this regard? Can you please let us know? Thank you, Priyanka. And yes, I've received my cash. Okay, awesome. That's good. Then you should have started. Jasmita, I would suggest please check your spam folders, and if it's still not there, I would suggest either your agent or the university, you should be writing in emails, just asking a very generic question, saying that are there any requirements that I need to fulfill, or the university is going to communicate to me regarding any enrollment thing. Because you see, there are other students, those who have received this enrollment link and all those things. And there is one student, he has already completed all the steps of the enrollment. Yes, Surendra is the one. He has done it. So guys, just deviating from the enrollment thing, there is this I talked about the Microsoft Outlook and the Microsoft Team. If you guys can install it at least on your mobile devices, then create an account. If you have received email from the university, try to create the account. And for accessing your email via Outlook on your mobile device, or maybe on your no, on your mobile device, you'll have to install an application called Authenticator. So it gets tricky sometimes, but it's quite straightforward process. Once you complete that authentication part, you'll be having access to the actual account of this YSJ. It will say your name, your last name, and yoke SJ AC dot AC dot UK, something like this. So please do that. And I would suggest keep checking your emails, keep checking your emails, and please keep checking your emails. I'm saying this because students just forget about these things, and what they are only concerned with their flights, their landing, then their other stuff like jobs and all those things. But they just miss these parts somewhere, and then they struggle when the session actually starts. So once you are done with the enrollment, you'll be having access to plenty of other stuff, entire like the other services, just as Tarun mentioned about the library. You'll be having access to all those things also. Yeah, Jasmita, that makes sense actually. Do we have any questions regarding enrollment? As I've already mentioned that you'll be able to see everything on your student portal or the eVision account. And once you complete your enrollment, you'll be having this access to the bank letter as well, which says that where do you stay, and what sort of association do you have with this institution. It will give them a confirmation so that you can have your account open here. And also, those of you who are just thinking that they'll be having this online bank account which is called Revolut or Monzo, they rely on this thing. I believe that for address confirmation, these bank doesn't work actually. You can have these account open online, but these this doesn't work when it's if somebody asks you for address proof. So if you have a of bank account open through proper channel, you'll be having your statements and all those things. It reflects your address so that you can use that letter further as a proof of your address for various purposes. So just so you know. And also eVision portal gives you access or tells you about who your academic tutor is. If you just when you log into your eVision portal after once you create your account, you'll be having a oops sorry, yes, so you will get to know who your academic tutor is. So just in case you're just wondering like who to get in touch with at the university for various quiz or whatever concerns you have, you can just write an email straight away to that person saying that you appear to be my coordinator or the tutor from the university. Can you please guide me on so and so thing? Okay, so Igioma is saying, since my BRP card was sent to the university, will I just walk into the school to collect it, or I need to make an appointment? No, Igioma, it was a good question. So you are not supposed to take an appointment. You just, as soon as you land here, you can straight away go to the university, provided the official hours are there. So you can go to the university, and you should be having your passport along with the visa stamp and that visa vignette letter, which you must have received along with your visa. So these two documents that you'll have to provide to the university, and they might be even asking you about the place of your stay, your local stay here. They might be asking you for the records. But anyways, in case if you've already done those things on the enrollment or the eVision portal, then you should be fine. You can just let them know that I've already provided these details on the eVision portal. You can access it from there, and you can simply collect your BRP card. And the day you collect your BRP card, it should be the most important document for all of you. Forget about your visa vignette letter, forget about your passport and the visa stamp. All that comes into picture is your BRP card. And yes, students and my friends, I would say one thing. I've also seen students losing these critical documents or important documents when they are traveling, especially in the initial stages or the before the session start, because you guys would be traveling to plenty of places to get your accommodation fixed, to meet people, and for certain various stuff. And that is where they keep their documents along with them, and they lose somewhere. And it's quite common, people losing their mobile phones, people losing their passport. It's quite common. So I would suggest try to keep your documents intact somewhere. Do not travel along with your documents ever. keep a soft copy, scanned copy of all the documents, whatever you are receiving from the university, or it has something to do with your immigration here in UK. Just keep a scanned copy of all those documents in your mobile phone so that you can access it anytime. There might be exception wherein the employer, or can ask for the BRP card in person. They would like to see the physical copy of your documents, but it would be an exception. Those are exceptions. Nobody can is going to ask you for the hard copies of your original documents. So please do not travel with your documents ever. This is my personal and sincere suggestion to all of you. Because I'm still waiting if there is something specific about enrollment, because I've covered important things from my side about how what you are supposed to do, and what sort of formalities that you're supposed to fulfill, and how would you be doing that once you start accessing your emails and seeing what sort of communication is being received or are being received from the university, and just follow those guidance and the instruction in the emails. You should be fine. And also, it is interesting, but it might not be of much help. Once you complete your enrollment, guys, uh, you should be able to see right on the top side of the dashboard that it says something about accommodation. So it won't be too handy. It won't be too handy, but it can just guide you, like what are the platforms that you can look for regarding accommodation. So you can look for it. Oh, and yes, guys, please keep some photographs along with you, like in a professional attire, passport size photographs. You would be required, or just at least keep a soft copy of those photographs ready with you. You'll be required to upload those photographs during the enrollment or for the enrollment, as well as applying for your ID cards, and what else? Yes, your Oyster card, traveling Oyster card. They call it student Oyster card here. I see. The chat box is quite quiet today. Last time, too many questions. This time, it is not the case. Is it some? Am I assuming? Should I assume that you guys are, well versed with what you're supposed to do, and what sort of expectations are expected of you? Okay, okay. Okay, Priyanka, so it is related to the travel. Anyways, I'll still answer very briefly, because there is a video available on it already, and that video is quite comprehensive. I would suggest just go to that video on my channel. It will provide you all sort of details that how you're supposed to apply for it, and what sort of discount is available. But yes, straight away to your question, there are discounts available on the student Oyster card. It says 30% as of now, 30 it says to 30%. And only when you buy a travel card means a pass, like you are going for a monthly or weekly or a monthly or maybe yearly pass, only then it will be applied. Otherwise, if you just go via like pay as you go option, there won't be any discount on the Oyster cards. Here comes Pooja, because I guess most of us haven't received the enrollment email yet. Oh, okay, okay. But in the group, I saw that plenty of students have received the cash letter, and some of them even have applied for visa, and some of out of those have received the visa. So that was the only reason that I thought, because as I said, as I see that Tarun is traveling on third, so I just wanted to have this session before somebody's fly. And this, as far as this email is concerned, Pooja, I think once you have received the cash letter, I think you should be expecting those email communications coming from the university. Okay, so Ejaz is saying that he's got queries apart from enrollment. Okay, let's proceed. No worries. Since we have all connected, it's better to have our questions answered or queries get cleared. Omar, I just missed your message. You're saying thank you for everything. For your very humble person. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Omar. Omar, sorry. I got my visa, however, I have again checked, did not get the enrollment email. I got an email regarding library account. This is strange because they should be sending those emails. Have you created your library account, Pooja? Like with the university email ID or something? Yes, you should be asking them because library account is something that is secondary as of now. You should be focusing on your enrollment stuff once you have got your visa and before you fly. Because as soon as you complete your enrollment, what happens, you'll be having access to all those letters, especially the bank letter, the work authorization letter, enrollment confirmation letter that you are a part of this university as a full-time student. So those letters are really important, you know. So that's why I'm focusing on this enrollment thing. Okay, so this is good question actually. Ijaz, so last time I mentioned about the train, the buses, the taxi, or the Uber. I forgot to mention that there is a possibility or there is a provision from the university also. You can ask with the university that they can arrange taxis or some sort of taxi or cars of, at least picking you up from the airport and dropping you off at the place of your stay, wherever you stay. They'll be charging some money for it. So if you can just write an email to the university saying that you need a transport facility, is it possible if you can arrange the same for us or for me, whatever. So last time it was sent to few students. I'm aware of it, so you can check with it. It it might be costly, but at least you would be at peace, especially somebody who's traveling all by themselves. They'll be feeling comfortable that yes, this is coming from the university. So you know, I hope I you get it. No, in London, you shouldn't be paying cash to anywhere unless these are taxis and you have not booked it online. So you can pay like cash, maybe at the airport, or if somebody is having his or her private taxi, they can accept cash. But in London, primarily nobody accept cash, at least on the transport, buses, trains, Uber, and all those. Even for the taxi, I'm not sure if you'll be paying some money upfront, and it should be cost. It should be card actually, Hijaz. But anyways, I'm hoping that you guys would be carrying money not just in cash but also in card, the forex card which I've discussed last time. So you should be carrying money in both the forms, like in the card as well as in the cash. Quite silent today. And guys, since I forgot to mention this request last time, I would sincerely request all of you to please keep liking my videos, watching my videos, and I would say that please watch my videos. There is a tendency among students that they try to skip the content of the videos, even if it's just for 7, 10, 8, 12, 15 minutes. You never know what sort of information or what critical information you might end up missing when you try to skip the content of the video. So have some patience, have some time, at least maybe at night time. If you're watching a video, I would suggest watch it at night when you're going to sleep, and watch the complete video so that you do not miss anything important and at least anything critical. And since I'm making this much of effort, I would I would expect all of you to like, share, comment, ask questions, as a thank you gesture from all of you. So I talked about e-vision portal. Somebody, a few people have received it and they've already done a few steps, and somebody has already completed it, and some of you have not received it yet. So you should be getting it sooner or later. If not this week, maybe next week, you should be getting it. Okay, so Ejaz is us right typing something interesting. BRP, GP registration, and iCard. No, so there is a slight modification in this Ejaz. It should be your BRP, then it should be your NI, and parallelly you can also BRP, enrollment, bank, NI, GP registration. That is how you should be proceeding actually. GP registration is something that you still can afford to get it done once you are done with everything. But you know, as I've mentioned previously in the last session, that emergencies can arise anytime. So it's better to have the GP registration ready every time. So registering yourself with the GP and getting yourself registered on the NHS, you'll be receiving a 8 or 9 digit number from the NHS. You can keep that number ready with you every time. You can, I would say, you can keep it not on priority, but yes, on the checklist. BRP, enrollment, bank, NI, and then your GP. I repeated it already, Ijaz Bhai. BRP, enrollment, bank, NI, then GP or NHS registration. For GP, you'll be select, because the reason why I'm saying the GP can be put on hold for the fact that you'll be changing your accommodation, right? And I believe you have your temporary stay somewhere, and then you'll be moving to some permanent accommodation. So you should be choosing your GP or getting yourself registered to the GP based on what area you are going to stay. But for NHS, you can apply for it if provided you are sure that for whatever time you are going to stay on your temporary accommodation, that letter should be reaching by that time. For example, if you are just staying for 2 weeks for wherever, and you cannot expect that you'll be applying for your NHS and you'll be receiving that physical copy of the NHS registration within those 2 weeks. That cannot happen. So it's better that you, once you have your accommodation fixed, at least for 2 3 months or 4 months, and then you start up getting these NHS or GP registration. But for BRP and bank, I've already told that it's quite critical, and you just can't survive without it, especially when it comes to job and all those things. So you need those NI letter and this bank account. I Somebody's there. Okay, guys, come on, ask questions. Ask questions. So again, I'm repeating, those who have just joined, or maybe they left somewhere. I can see people are joining and coming in. Oh, sorry, leaving and joining. So enrollment is critical, is very critical, to have access to your academic stuff and having everything in place, especially from the immigration perspective, and receiving and having those checks removed by the visa office of the university, so that you can access it fully. And also getting your letters, the critical letters, bank letter, the enrollment confirmation, and work authorization letter downloaded. It will be available only if you have your enrollment completed. I've seen students, they were clueless, that they kept on writing email to the university saying that I'm unable to download my letter for whatever reason, but they didn't realize that they have not completed the formalities of the this enrollment. So, and that too after 2 3 months, so it was surprising. Idioma, I'm not saying cash is not acceptable, but I mean, I would say for majority of transaction, you would be requiring a card. Okay, so you can go for those online stuff. It's a Revolut or Monzo. It won't take much of your time, and you can apply for a card and you can have your money transferred. I haven't used Monzo and all those stuff, but you're saying your situation is different. You're saying you are just in case, if not you but others, those who are unable to bring the card and they just have cash. But why? I mean, why it should be a problem for those who are unable to bring their card? I mean, it should not be a problem. Contactless card or something which is quite prevalent and everybody is giving, every bank is giving, even if it's not a forex card, at least for some time, even whatever bank you deal with or whatever bank you are having your account in, you can have a contactless card provided by the bank, and you can use it at least for those couple of days when you are here initially, and then you can go for this Monzo and other stuff. And you can even try getting this Monzo card before you even fly. Okay, you can try for it, and then you would get to know that how you're supposed to upload the money in that card. But getting card is not a challenge. It's quite easy. I mean, it's quite usual these days. Currency cards, forex cards, something like this. Ijioma, did I answer your question? Ejaz, can you please repeat? Ejaz, I hope you got what I said regarding this BRP, GP registration, and all those things. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you, Ijioma. And just so you guys know, I see very few students here, but I would like to mention. So this enrollment thing or e-vision portal thing is something, once you access it, you'll be having access to your Moodle also, or you can access your Moodle account separately. So Moodle is the portal wherein you'll have access to all your academic stuff. Like you can see which modules you'll be taking, and your timetable, your days you'll be coming to the university for your seminars, the lectures, all those things. So you can navigate to the Moodle page via eVision portal, or you can directly go to the Moodle page once you have created all these, your student account from the university portal. And I would also request you guys, please, once you start attending your session, please do not use your personal email IDs to enter into those session. And that is the reason why I'm stressing upon this enrollment thing. So once you complete your enrollment, that means you have access to the, or you have created your university email ID. So if you use that email ID to access your lectures, you won't be represented as guest. Otherwise, if you're using your personal ID for attending lectures, people will see you that you are attending the session as a guest, and it becomes challenge for the lecturer or for the professors to mark your attendance. Okay, and also there's one more thing. So YSJ app is also there. I'll be dropping the link for this app, so you guys should be having this application installed on your mobile devices once you are here, or even before you come here. Keep everything ready so that you have minimum stuff to be completed, or minimum requirements to be completed once you land here, so you can focus on certain other aspects rather than getting into these or getting stuck with these small things. So just to reiterate, enrollment, and how you can do it, you just have to follow the communication that you received on your registered email ID from the university. A student declaration that you'll have to fulfill. A student declaration is something that comes as an objective question type thing. You won't be having any document, it's just an online stuff. So what I would suggest, just to avoid any discrepancy, once you respond to these questions, you'll be receiving a confirmation that you have completed your enrollment, but you won't be getting any PDF document or any other confirmation. Okay, so just once you complete that student declaration thing, just keep a PDF copy. You can easily create a PDF copy of those responses that you have submitted by just doing Control and P, and have it as a confirmation. So once you arrive here, and if somebody from the university or any, I mean, says that you haven't submitted this and that document, so at least you have a confirmation that this is where I've completed this particular step. So have it. Hope it makes sense, guys. Okay, we can conclude the session in next 5 6 minutes. Just in case if we have any other queries, we can take up the. I mean, I can take up those questions from you guys. It's better answering some questions rather than going blank. I'm waiting, guys. I still see there are a few students sitting here. Please ask anything, whatever I mean, you feel like. You can ask anything. There's nothing called, you know, good or bad in terms of asking anything, in terms of asking questions. So please feel free to ask. You never know, it might not help you, but it can help others. So when I mentioned about this YSJ app, I also, I mean, it's almost like the same thing which you can access on your laptop, but having it on your mobile, it becomes handy, especially when you're supposed to mark your attendance. Just keeping a screenshot of all those things that you're doing, just so that is where it becomes handy. And you also can, I mean, you also cannot carry your laptop everywhere. So once you have this application on your mobile device, you can access your academic stuff also. But personally, I won't suggest that you should be relying on YSJ app on your mobile device. You should always be bringing your laptop to the university. Nobody is going to ask you, and no professor, and nobody would say that why you are not bringing your laptop. But I would suggest that it is a healthy practice that you should be coming to the university for the seminars a bit prepared and with your laptop, so that you can access the resources in a more legible manner, and you need not to rely on someone else who has brought the laptop in the classroom. So just try not to be an odd one out in the classroom. I see a lot of students do not bring the laptop, saying that it's heavy, it's cumbersome, and for whatever reason. This is strange, but spending so much of money and you're not bringing your laptop with you in the classroom, it's not good. Yes, bro, it will work, unless if it's too old, sort of. It will work fine. I'm not sure if you are aware of it, but you can buy a SIM card from wherever you are. If you're from Nepal or from, I believe you're from Nepal, right? So you can get yes, okay, yes. So you are from Nepal, so you can get a, UK SIM card in your country only, and once you have it, it comes pre-activated. So you can just check in, just insert that SIM card in your mobile device, and you should be fine. You would get to know that if it's working or not. And not just for this reason, but in general also, I've suggested a lot of students that it's better, it's a good idea, it's a wise idea that you should buy a SIM card back from your country, so that you need not to struggle even for a day once you land. And it doesn't cost like much. So whatever you pay to get a SIM card here in UK, you'll be paying more or less the same amount back in your country. Pooja has got a question. Thank you so much. As our classes are started from your classes would be starting from 30th of January. So since 30th is it like the first whole week going to be the enrollment week, and proper classes will also be. Okay, so Pooja, if you have got the confirmation saying that 30th is the day when the classes will begin, I can assure you one thing, that during the first week of the classes, or during the first week when the classes start, there won't be any seminar. So you won't be going to the university. that is for sure. And if 30th is the day when the classes are starting, then you'll be having your induction period prior to your academic session. I hope you get that. So if 30th is the day when the classes starts, week before is the induction week, wherein they'll be calling students in a group, like if somebody is from healthcare, if somebody is from general MBA, if somebody from computer science, from project management, from different, from other programs or global healthcare management, they'll be segregating those students in group, and they'll be calling those students for induction in a group, maybe of 200 300 groups on one day, then another group on one other day, something like this. So healthcare management on one day, general MBA on one day, project management on one day, something like this. So this is how it goes. Ichioma. So you appear to be, I mean, you sounds pretty apprehensive for Libara. So these are, I would say, these are good sims actually, especially for students. They are, in fact, Libara is one of the cheapest one I've seen. I've seen somebody from the university. They are that person is recharging the SIM card just for £5, and and that is for a month. I've got Leica, and the minimum recharge that it requires, it says £10, unless I go for a bundle, which is good for 3 months. So if I go for a bundle which is for 3 months, then it costs me around £27. So I save £3 in that sense. Otherwise, Libara, if you go monthly pay as you go option, it's like £5 minimum, I'm saying, and maximum it depends on your usage and your budget. So if Puja, if 30th is mentioned on the cash letter, then I would say that you'll be having your induction period previous to that week. Induction usually starts before your classes starts or your classes begins. I guess they mentioned 30th would be the induction week. No. Pooja, I would suggest that you should be looking at your cash letter again, whether it says that your uh, degree start date is 30th of Jan. Nice was interested in the speed. Oh, speed. I mean, it should be fine. I mean, unless, for I'm telling you an example. I use Leica, and there is this specific area when I travel to the university, and wherein my network gets converted into 2G for some strange reason, and that is just for 4 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum, and in that particular area only. Otherwise, I've traveled to London in southern part. I've traveled to London in western part. Then east part is where I live. So I've not seen any difficulty with using this SIM card. Yeah, please do that. I will also check with a few of my contacts if it is the 30th or week after that or week before that for the induction. I will check that, and I'll drop that information in the group also. So Ijiuma, I'm just curious. Have you bought the SIM card already? Thank you, Pooja. Because I'm suggesting everybody, like everybody whom I'm getting in touch with, to have the SIM card or to buy the SIM card wherever they are, rather than coming here and then exploring what is the cheapest one and what is the having a good network area or good coverage area and all those stuff. It's not a good idea. So I would suggest that as soon as you leave the plane and land here, you should be switching your local SIM and to the UK SIM, so that you can contact with people whosoever you want to get in touch with, and you need not to spend that big money on your on the SIM card that you bring in from your respective country. There you go. Oh, okay, okay, nice. I had the same situation, but I came to know that some of the students didn't even get to know that the VFS center were providing this. Not exactly the VFS center, but the shops or the kiosks in the VFS center. They provide this SIM cards free of cost when you go for biometric. And guys, this is my request again. Please Do share this do this share this channel of mine among your friend circles, those who are coming along with you during this session, on those who would be coming, or with your within your friend circle, so it helps other also. I'm putting in this much of effort, not just for once, but for the people to come. And whatever I'm discussing here, I'm sharing here, it's all coming based on my experience. So it's something that that I've that I've that I've acquired over this period of time I've stayed here. So it will really come handy for all of you also, I'm sure. You might face something extra in addition to what I'm already sharing here, but definitely whatever is being discussed or shared, you will be definitely facing all those situations, scenarios. And I really need to work on this camera thing. I do not know why is it the case. I see few more people joining in. So I'm requesting you guys, those who have just joined, do you have any questions related to your academics at YSJ or in general? Because I'm planning a dedicated session for your assignments, for your presentations only. For your assignments, what is expected, how you're supposed to prepare yourself for having your assignments, and how you're supposed to prepare yourself for your presentations. So I'll be holding that session maybe next week. Not maybe, but surely next week, because after that I'll get busy with my project also. So if you have any questions, doesn't matter what sort of question it is, to ask, to type it here. Come on, guys. I see a few more joining in. Guys, those of you who have just joined, can you please ask your questions here? And it is also a suggestion to all of you. I mean, I'm assuming that majority of you must be getting their applications done via agents. I would say always just don't rely on your agents for whatever information they are sharing with you. Keep asking questions to them, and also have access to your registered email ID, so that you know what sort of communication and what are the communications that you are receiving on your emails. How about the scope of okay, shut up. Okay, so you're asking for a question that you're supposed to experience all by yourself. But again, still I would say that digital marketing is something which is still, I mean, which has got some scope in UK. And not just for digital marketing, but also in general, job market is somehow good, reasonably good for such courses. But specifically, I mean, to be very honest, I won't go much into the detail of this particular thing, because this is something that I don't belong to, or this is the area that I don't belong to. But yes, digital marketing is something which is there in the job, I mean, for which the jobs are available in the market for sure. And rest depends on your luck, your hard work, your smart work. And not just that, I mean, I do not know what exactly you'll be having in your mind, sort of. So once you start your academic journey here, you never know what you planned actually back in your country. You might deviate from that part, and you start developing interest in something else. For example, I'm telling you, I've seen people from banking sector. I've seen people from this what you call it this hospitality industry. They are very much interested in joining as a healthcare assistant into this healthcare profession, which was quite striking and quite surprising for me. I mean, and the reason they told me is that there is a high possibility of getting a sponsorship when you work as a healthcare assistant, or you work within such settings. So you never know what you develop interest in once you start your academic journey here. I think, guys, we should be calling it a day since I'm not receiving too many questions today. But yes, next time, definitely, as far as live sessions are concerned, I would be doing last live session next week on assignments and presentations, so that you guys have all the information as far as my understanding goes, that that you should, this is what you should be aware of, and this is what you should be prepared with before you actually land here, before you receive your BRP card. So that is what my intent is, and that is what my target is. So, guys, I think I should be ending the session here, and we can meet on our respective groups. And if we have any other questions, I can answer it in the group or one to one. I can take those questions. So, yes, before I leave again, I'm asking and I'm requesting you, please share it, subscribe it, and do comment and ask questions as much as you can. And with this, I would say stay healthy, safe, and happy. And we call it a day. We'll see you soon. Thank you so much.